Greetings, ladies. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. You're with Tanisha Ali today of Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri. I just got my Sisterlocks retightened today, and I wanted to share with you guys the process and what I went through. This little roller is in here because I set my hair last night on these rollers. And this little piece of hair, when I took them out this morning, ooh, looks like it got tangled. This little piece of hair decided that it wanted to get kind of wet in the shower. I don't know what happened because I don't think she retightened this one, because I am so sorry. I didn't want this to be in the video, but you guys get to see the real deal anyway. And y'all know me, I'm so impatient. Let me slow down before I end up creating some type of drama that I don't need. Okay, there we go. I guess it got caught around this. But anyway, I have this roller in there because I set my hair last night. And I really want to show you guys what these turn out like. This was the lazy set. Plus, she was manipulating my hair a lot to retighten them. So I lost some of the curls. But it's a great way to do curls. I think it might have exceeded pipe cleaners. And you guys know I've been doing pipe cleaners for 7 years. But anyway, not 7, maybe 6. So I always wash my hair before I get my retightnings. I wash my hair. It's always been that way. And I guess I prefer to wash my hair. I hadn't thought about the fact that a wash would come as a part of a retightening. I just remember initially, I just always washed my hair, and that's the way it ended up being. And then when my loctician moved from a salon into her apartment, prior to then moving to Alabama, she didn't have a sink for hair, and so it was good that I was already doing it that way. And now, you know, she's mobile. I have 2, but this is the one who established my locks, and she does my hair the most of the time. She's really great, guys, and we had some great conversation today about the Sisterlocks brand. I want to share some of that with you guys at a later date. It was very interesting. So I want to just give you a look at what my grid looks like, since the grid, they say, is so important. And also, it feels good. I washed it last night. I wanted to show you guys what I do when I wash it, but it was late and I just couldn't do it. But I will do it in the future. I hope you guys can see. I'm going to turn around some and just see what you can gather. The grid is very apparent. That's the part I don't like. So you guys, if you've heard me in my other videos, I don't like the plucked chicken look. This is the plucked chicken look to me. And it drives me insane. This is the part that I really don't like when I get my hair redone. And usually this look will last about 2 weeks for me before it starts to look presentable. And another reason why I had that roller in as well was because, and I had 2 of them in, but as you all also know, sometimes because of the length of time I wait between my retightenings, I do some of my own tightening at the front. So I probably, between this part of my head, maybe I retightened maybe 12 or 13 locks. So she didn't have to do all of them. And did I take the Sisterlocks retightening class? No, I did not. I just did it, you know, the way you saw me do it on my videos. I don't think I suffered any undue pain, any benign neglect or loss as a result. So I did want to talk about, though, some things that you should do prior to retightening to help yourself and your loctician. And I'm going to go ahead and do that during this video. And that is, not only did I wash, but I also went through and I kind of raked through my hair like this gently once I let it air dry to try to detangle as much as I could. Now, generally speaking, when you do this and you try to retangle, what is going on with me? Generally, when you do what I'm doing and you rake through your hair like this in an attempt to detangle hair, be careful, but it helps to separate your hair. Some of the locks whose bases may have kind of fell in love and gotten married between the current time and your last retightening. And so what that's going to save is time. It's going to save your head, and it's going to keep you from having so much discomfort. Oftentimes, if you wait as long as I do between retightening, which is between 11 and 12 weeks sometimes, that may be quite a bit. It's not a lot for me in most places, but there's some places where doing this is not enough. And because I seem to be more and more tender-headed these days, I would prefer her to be able to just glide through there and me not, not have to be doing all that. So I went through, and I'll just take a chunk of hair like this. Let me do it from the front. I just take some hair like this, and I'll go through, and you'll just see me do like this. It's like I'm counting them pretty much, and I'm making sure that they are all separated. Okay, can you see that? I'm doing this, and occasionally I'll meet two that are married, and I will have to divorce them. Such a sad state of affairs. But as you know, we have a 75% divorce rate in this country, and so what can I say? It is now the norm. So I divorce them, and I make sure everything is okay, and then I go back and I take my oil and I apply that to my hair, and then I go back and I rake through them again, making sure that things are less tangled. It saves her time as far as I'm concerned. It makes my hair not as tender, and it's just easier all the way around. You see this look? Look at this. You see how crazy that looks, y'all? I cannot stand this, because around the front of my head, even the ones that are small look big when I get them retightened, and I just don't like the way it looks. Oh my gosh. So this is where I have all that little baby hair that I'm hoping will eventually grow like it did in other places, and this may become a lock, but who knows. And guys, you remembered I had a few in here that were a little larger than I wanted up near this area initially, and she did separate those for me. So there may be a few places where my grid is not absolutely perfect, but as far as I'm concerned, it's working for me. And we all got to do what works for us, right? You get in where you fit in. So this is what I'm dealing with, guys. This is what they look like. And like I said, in 2 weeks, this will look, I'll pass my own inspection in 2 weeks, but for now, I really don't like it. Now, there used to be a time where my hair would be sore after doing the retightening, and by now, I wouldn't be able to do all of this. But somehow, the last several times, especially I've gotten my hair done, I haven't had that. And I remember calling her the last time and I said, what'd you do differently this time? Because my hair just feels so good. I had no soreness at all. And today we finished in a record time. She came in at like 9:42. Yeah, like 9:42, 9:50. And when she left, I want to say it was like 1:20. So you're looking at, shoot, 9:42, 11, 10:42, 11:42, 12:42, like 3.5 hours, somewhere like that. That was a pretty quick time. Of course, we didn't have TV, but we were talking about Sisterlocks and some other business items during the time, so we were not totally focused and quiet. So she finished in a very short amount of time, and I have a wonderful loctician, guys. She is absolutely wonderful, and if you want her contact information and you happen to be in the Atlanta area, and I believe that she will travel in the sense that, let's say, for example, you get quoted some crazy price, something like I don't know, I'm hearing $1,600, $1,800, and she could get a one-way ticket somewhere or a round-trip ticket for cheaper, and you want good service or something like that. But then if you have the money that you're spending like that, say, for example, you come to Atlanta on a regular basis. She's moving back to Atlanta too, by the way, so she won't be mobile in terms of coming here, probably much longer coming to my home. But yeah, she's willing. She was willing some years ago when my mom thought she might want them out in Arizona to travel out to Arizona. Of course, my mother was going to pay for the ticket, and then you know, get my mom started with her locks. So it depends. Like if you were in a close city where you could drive to Atlanta, and that you would be saved money on an installation. I will tell you this. She said to me that she thinks that those high price installations are ethically, she just didn't agree with them. She thought that that was wrong, and that she would never charge that kind of money. And her prices right now are still low. When we looked at some of the responses from some of you all on the channel about how much some people were paying, she was just like, wow, she's going to raise her starting price, she said, because she has already done that, I think, in the last year and a half, but that she would never go to the starting rate as some of these other people. And I think I mentioned to you guys, her starting rate is $450. And I paid the $450 plus $50 extra for each additional inch. So this starting rate at $1,000 and $1,200 and stuff, she just was like, wow, she couldn't believe that. And as you can see, guys, I'm really satisfied. And this is the same loctician who put oil in my hair from day one. Okay, and I don't suffer from the scalp dryness. And she has a whole bit of stuff that she says about that as well. And it makes sense to me because remember, she's a stylist. She's been doing natural hair for over 20 years, had her own salon. So I think there's a difference between people who are certified Sisterlocks locticians or consultants or whatever, and maybe not have hair experience in general. They just wanted to learn how to style Sisterlocks. So I think that that could also be something that is muddying the waters when we talk about maybe results and things that we get. It's potential. It's a potential. Who knows? But so anyway, ladies, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Just remember that when you're getting your reties, if you're not getting a shampoo and you're going to be doing your own shampoo, just remember that after you wash your hair that evening before or a couple of 3 days before, make sure you go through your scalp, you rake through it to get out any apparent tangles, and then you go through pockets of your hair and you just make sure that everything is separated so that any strays or anything like that can be cleaned up prior to your retightening so that it's not painful and it lessens the impact on your scalp. Again, ladies, thank you for watching the video. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. I had no idea that this was going to be something that I would be spending time doing and actually loving it so much. So you never know what the Creator has for you, do you? That's for sure. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that, and I think the whole time I haven't even been looking at the lens of the camera, but I'm so grateful to you. I'm grateful that you find some value in what we're talking about. I love the sense of community, just the comments and just all of this whole thing with YouTube that's new to me. I'm just really loving it, and I have you to thank for that. I have you guys to thank for that. I think I'm going to make a peach cobbler for my hubby this evening. He told me that I promised him a peach cobbler and I never made it, and I didn't remember promising him a peach cobbler, but I know he loves peach cobbler and he has just been so wonderful. He's always wonderful, but he made me this lovely ring light for less than 30 bucks. Y'all can't see it. He did that. He's been doing so many things just to support my venture. I'm so thankful for that. And I said, girl, you better get in that kitchen and make that peach cobbler. So I'm thinking I'm going to make a peach cobbler, and I might video that if you guys are interested. But I'm definitely going to make some samosas. And I don't know if you've had samosas before. My meat has been in the refrigerator for over 2 days now. I got to do something with it. So if I don't do it tonight with the peach cobbler, I'm going to make some samosas tomorrow. I'm going to make chicken and beef samosas. And I'm going to use 2 different types of pastry shells. If you have parties or you have people that come over and visit you and you want something to prepare that always looks good and fries up beautifully golden brown or bakes beautifully golden brown each time for you, then it's the perfect thing for you. If you like to entertain, if you like to just eat, hell, is perfect too. And the other thing is, I usually make lots and lots of them. So I'll make like 200 or 300 of them and put them in the freezer in Ziploc bags so that when we get hungry or when people come over, I can just drop 5 or 6 in the fryer, serve with a nice cup of tea or a little bit of sparkling apple cider, and look like I was slaving in the kitchen all day. So it's a nice little trick. So I may make a video on that. If so, it'll be on the channel. Look for it. Love you, love you, love you. Have a beautiful day. I'm about to head out to work for the evening. Gotta go do some healing. Love you. Bye, ladies. My sisters.